to Dene Thá da tari te hi kewa te to tulong da te hu te chi kwa he tin da te ho ti won le o tu la so now ni to he wo yo a ha wo ja yeah, long time ago we all migrate from Zama Lake. My grandparents and parents used to live there. They had log houses and stuff. Now it's all old and overgrown. Don't that do hey ho de that big people used to go rabbit snare for food. Ni la ni yon de I tu only ho I yon ho don rin ya seti de rin ya I la du jon tian dong ta sen seti I la genau ti son seti jon dige la du se no da ton in dige tia no da my grandfather once told me that he prophesied that as I grew up he won't see me on the reserve. I kind of laugh at him because I thought that was silly, that why should I leave my home and be somewhere else? So, but when I look back, he was right on the button. He told me I was not gonna be married on the reserve and stuff like that. So that's exactly what happened to me. So, people used to live along the river where there's river, and so they're closer to the water sources, and they'll build tents or log cabins, and they do a lot of fishing, moose hunting. The women would do a lot of moose hides, and for their sewing, and men would go trapping, hunting to get food. So there was not much for store-bought stuff, just for flowers. They had Hudson Bay posts where they just had food flowing in. They had they get flour, sugar, and just basic stuff. So pretty much everybody lived off the land. So chu ga ga chunda ta de chu la hao de ho do yi de igua na ta de I khata esinju chu si hwan da ta de I ju mi kha te tinga u chu ke jun de chong u jo u kyo tse a kama si ju eze ata le ti ya tsen de ti I ga ju wo te kyo ge a Kan dit gedaan te laten. Jullie, Dene Thá niet een idee. Residential school leert de school zitten de deli. Iga de chito seko. Agin la losa situatie shock negatin la. Kamogucha. Nachti dene ieta. So in the early 50s they built a residential school. So a lot of us, it was all prepared. So the government, the priests, they worked it out so that we all had to leave as we were 5, 6 years old. We were taken away to school. And it wasn't that far. It's only 9 kilometers, 9 miles, I guess, in those days there. So, but still, we weren't allowed to see our parents. It was pretty sad because most of us were really young. We didn't know what's going on. And if we didn't go, they threatened that our family won't get any help from the government or get family allowance, they call it. So we had no choice. Our parents had no choice but to agree so we could go to school. So that was beginning of our lives as to introducing the way the white society lived from those days on when I left home at that early age. So like in knowing how a different culture lived, like flushing toilet and running water, that was all new to me because we had outhouses and we cook our own food on the fire and stuff. So it was really different. So that's how I became to learn more about white society style of life. You early residential school need a husband law. Dahila do say Tomty, the Hessa Heka. Then that what he, the Zaha what he, it do what it not a husband, thinking that it do classrooms ha English. It was the hey, girls' hall, the guy in Tanao, they hate that they in water, it do lock. A one, 40, I do a yearly down 9 days in the more, the hot day, the famous thing. A year, the 20 tired day off. The honeydew and the so holding out the layer, a goat on the sail. The outside the hilly, 40 the hill, the more that had the husband, the need you. It's in the 20 tired day home. It 40, it's out and the so go out. That's it, 40. In that the Tuesday would cook the taco. We were in residential school. You say not a husband. We weren't very strict or punished for speaking our language, except in classrooms. We weren't allowed. Girls' hall, boys' hall. It's the dining room. We used to talk, let us talk and stuff. oops, the honey, yeah, they all grew up and went different ways. Some went to high school, different high school, and some went to Edmonton, Grand Prairie. They had room and board. They went out to finish high school because there was only, I think grade 9 was up to for residential school. So we all had chances of getting educated furthermore. So a lot of that was okay. But the thing was, I don't think my generation lost a lot of English, talking their language. It's their children or next generation, they spoke most of English to their kids because I think they want the grandchild or to do better in school, because if they don't have that English level as in kindergarten, when they go in, then they have a hard time in school. So they want good, I understand they want good education for their kids, but to me that was a shame, because they never, it's not all resident school that they lost their language. It's themselves that they never speak to their children. They all spoke to their children in English, so they lost it. Because I know many families like that so you can't really say it's someone's fault I lost my language. I kept it, I still speak it, and it's kind of sad that way. So for myself, I still speak it, but I'm learning more and more, doing more and more of our Dene way of sewing. So I take videos and beadwork and other things, so how to do tanning, and I even hunt and do on the trap line, trying to bring that sources back to my community, into young generation. So hopefully it helps, so they got something to do, so they're not get themselves in trouble into alcohol or drugs. What I'm doing hopefully helps in the new generation that's coming up to Dene Thá.